Nowhere else, no other subscriptions have the media package that STLFLIX does. You can literally get anything from STLFLIX that you can imagine, pretty much. There's nowhere else that's like that. So yeah, my name's Dominic and I'm from Widnes in the UK, and I have the monthly commercial plan. So I started 3D printing probably about 5 years ago. Seen a lot of videos starting to come out on YouTube, and it just looked amazing, like the things you could do. I mean, back then the things that you've seen, there was nothing like today, but like it was amazing, the things you could do and the things you could make. And yeah, it really kind of got me intrigued to buy a 3D printer. It was the worst 3D print in the world. You know, there wasn't anything compared to today, and the things I had to do to get it to print, like blue painters tape down or use certain glues to make it stick, and it was a nightmare. It was nothing like today. But how it all started and progressed and made things for my children, because my children have ADHD and autism. They get bored of things very easy. So we've spent a lot of money at Christmas time, and then like 3 months later, they're bored of everything. So it was a good way for me to keep the products coming, like keep them entertained, you know, keep the brains going. And that's what started it all, really, is printing things for my children, and they absolutely love it. They've got their own printer at home now, and they print whatever they want now, so it's out of my hands now. They do everything. I just have to supply the plastic. Out of intrigue, I would say. Like, I can sit there for hours watching a 3D printer as it's making things. That's my level of interest, and that was probably what it is. Like, it's amazing how you can have just this roll of boring looking plastic and turn it into something that can have like endless playtime. Like some of the like flexible things nowadays, I can sit there and play with them for hours. The kids are the same, and that's probably what they probably get it from me. Like simple things like that, really amazing. So when I first started 3D printing, the challenge back then was like, there was not so much like auto bed leveling. So that was my biggest challenge. Like I'd buy a 3D printer off like Amazon, and you'd get it, put it together, and it just didn't print. Like, and the process of putting it together was like hours and hours. Now you can literally buy one and put 2 screws in it and it's done. Like the challenges back then were literally, there was a lot of challenges. Adhesion, the software was very basic, but yeah, there's loads of things. Probably about a year ago, I decided to start selling things, basically by children. The amount of joy they got from all the new models I was finding and printing for myself, for them, it just kind of like fell into place, really. Like, started buying more printers for myself, and then I'm thinking, hang on a minute, I spent a lot of money on printers, maybe I can make some of this money back, right? And at first I set up a website, I advertised it a little bit, and I got nothing. So someone mentioned about going to markets. We tried our first market, it blew us away, to be fair. We probably took about £600 worth of stock, and we sold £600 worth of stock. And that almost paid for one of the printers, so that was like, hang on a minute, that's really good. So yeah, that's pretty much how we came to selling the stuff. So before STLFLIX, our main issue really was photographs and trying to showcase the products. It's hard, especially when you're not a photographer, you don't have professional cameras. I know smart cameras are pretty good nowadays, but where you don't know how to create a scene, or I have no artistic kind of flair in me at all. So, you know, a picture to me is a picture. Like, whether it looks good or not, I have no idea. But that was the main thing. Like, nowhere else, no other subscriptions have the media package that STLFLIX does. And you can literally get anything from STLFLIX that you can imagine, pretty much. There's nowhere else that's like that. A lot of people have like their own niche, whereas STLFLIX is very broad. Like I say, the media package was the main thing for me. First time I heard about STLFLIX was I seen a live video on YouTube where he was having like one of your like giveaways, I think it was. I was intrigued. STLFLIX, like, is it like Netflix, or like I had no idea like what STLFLIX meant. I was watching the live, obviously it becomes a lot more clear. So I had a look on the website. Yeah, it just really appealed. So we signed up from there, and that was I think about 13-14 months ago. And I'm still subscribed, so it's worth its weight in gold, it really is. So the first model I ever sold that was an STLFLIX model was a dice tower. We started advertising the dice towers on our website and on Etsy. I think within 7 days, we made our first sale on Etsy. It seems like when you start making sales on Etsy, they kind of bump you up a little bit slowly. So the first week we sold 1, the next week we sold 3 or 4. And it just kind of spiraled like that. I mean, it's plateaued now, and we have very lows and then like really highs. Like we're starting printing now the dice towers because come Christmas time, it's just gonna like outweigh any other product that we sell. The first ever thing to sell from STLFLIX was a dice tower. Yeah, so dice towers that we sell on Etsy, they do kind of like go up and down all the time. So it seems like Christmas time, they're all pretty high, and we sell it on average in a week on Etsy dice towers in November, December, probably about 6 or 7 a week, which for us is really good. After December, it'll drop down. And come March, for some reason, I think what sells better in March, I'm trying to think of the name of it. The Kraken sells better in March for us. And then come Valentine's Day, the skull one kind of sells. There's better ones that sell at like Halloween. It's always up and down. Our lows, we're probably doing 2 or 3 a week on Etsy, and I say our highs like 6 or 7 a week during the peak periods where it's Christmas, certain holidays. Started printing some things, Halloween things for some Halloween events we've got. Like I've done the pumpkin, that's like a lamp, which I've got over there. Started printing off some masks as well. We've never done masks before, so it's a new one for us. There's quite a range of masks on STLFLIX now. So yeah, we're starting to explore the masks a little bit more. Most of our sales come from markets. We go to 2 markets every week, Saturday and a Sunday, and we probably average, I would say we probably sell in the region of 40 to 50 STLFLIX items each event, because we have quite a varied range of items from different designers. Yeah, I'd say it's about 40 or 50 items of STLFLIX that we sell per event. On one of our weekly events of a weekend, we probably sell, I would imagine, about 30-40% of STLFLIX items, and we do that 2 days a week, Saturday and Sunday. The other 60% is from about 24 different designers. So we do really well with the STLFLIX products. So I've made the choice to pay for the commercial licenses, whether it's from STLFLIX or the other designers I also have on like Patreon and stuff, because it's quite funny actually. As a child, we always used to kind of like pirate games because we couldn't afford to buy games. It wasn't from a wealthy household or anything like that, so the only way I could get to like play the latest games and stuff was to pirate them. As I've got older, I now buy all of my games because I'm able to. I don't see the need in, like, I know I could get something for free potentially, but then that's not also helping towards the future development of games. So I feel like almost like a responsibility to pay someone for their time. And essentially that's what I'm doing. I'm paying that designer or STLFLIX designers to basically make more products, you know, and that only helps me and my customers, and I just feel it's the right thing to do. I could go on to Make a World and I could download all these, you know, these models, and potentially I could sell them, but I could also get in a lot of trouble for that. So yeah, I tend to pay the designers, and I pay a lot of money every month to like designers to use their models. So as kids, like, it may be funny, we're not in a third world country or anything like that, but we just didn't have the money. Like my mum and dad worked on and off, but like my dad wasn't always around. My mum and dad ended up splitting up. We just didn't have the money. Now as an adult, I'm blessed enough to be able to buy, like, I don't get a chance to play games anymore. I still buy them in the hopes that like I might get an hour sometime to play them. It's very interesting. Yeah, I've got a friend, the one I was talking to you about when I was at the train station. He does still pirate games. And I'm like, why? Buy them. Yeah, I know you can afford them. It is funny, isn't it? I feel guilty. Oh, I would feel guilty if I didn't like pay for something. I'm benefiting off someone else's work, and that wouldn't be fair if I didn't pay for it. I'm on the monthly plan, and that's for me, I think, just under £20 a month. And I pay that within half an hour an event. It's a no-brainer for me. Like every single weekend I'm getting, you know, 10, 20 times my investment for that month. It's a no-brainer, like £20. To be fair, if I even went for the annual plan, I'd make that in less time. Like, but for now I'm on the monthly plan, and yeah, I'd make it within half an hour. Because of the dice towers, really, I would say it's probably close to about £10,000, and that's in a year. So that's I mean, that's really good. I mean, it could be more. Ooh. Yeah, we'll go with 10,000, roughly about 10,000 pounds. So I'd say over the past 13 months that I've been with STLFLIX, I reckon in total I've probably sold around about £10,000 worth of products that I've printed and sold at markets or on Etsy last 13 months, I reckon. So over the course of about 13 months, I think I paid about £280 on the monthly subscription with STLFLIX. And from that, I've made in excess of about £10,000 over the last 13 months.
That's a good return.
Well, definitely. So I would say the percentage of my sales on my markets is about 40% of STLFLIX products. On Etsy, it's almost all of it is about 98% on Etsy are literally STLFLIX products. So the product I sell the most of STLFLIX online on Etsy is definitely dice towers. Sell them every week without fail. And I would say on a market, our best seller is actually Betsy the Starfish. Everyone has to pick it up, everyone has to play with it. I've actually got some like printed in here, like, yeah, there's Betsy. But yeah, everyone absolutely loves these. We do them in all sorts of colours, and I mean, even me, I have on my desk for a reason. Anytime I'm like stuck with something, I just pick like something like this up and just take your mind off it for a minute, go back to it. But yeah, kids, adults, age doesn't really matter with these. Like everyone loves the feel of them, the way they, the way they look. They sell great on markets. They really do. Definitely one of our best sellers on the market. So one of the things I like the most about STLFLIX is the media packages. They are absolutely a lifesaver. They're amazing. It means as soon as I see a new drop come on that I think that will fit on, say, my Etsy store or my website, I've got the pictures already. I don't have to go out and print it. I don't have to try and pretend to be a photographer. I have no artistic flair, so like the pictures and the videos you get from STLFLIX they're amazing. They're always eye-catching. All the models are always usually painted. They look the best, and it helps so much. Like it really does. It gives the customer, for me, the best impression of the product before I've even been had to print it. It just means I can sell straight away before actually printing it, which is always a bonus. So STLFLIX means a lot to me because we sell a load of STLFLIX products. Like 40% on the markets, like 98% on Etsy. Without STLFLIX, we would struggle as a business, I think. The volume of sales we have for the STLFLIX products is absolutely amazing. For the price you pay, even if you're on the monthly plan, £20 a month for something we're making thousands of pounds of every month. I can't argue with it, it's amazing. I think it was when I bought him, I do, because at that point I had a Delta printer. Because I thought it was amazing the way they work. Obviously there are a lot of difference to the way that prints, but I struggled with it so much. It had some kind of auto leveling, but I think it did 7 points on the bed. It wasn't great. And when I got that, I didn't have to do much to put it together, and it just worked. 20 minutes to set it up and it worked. That was wow. And that's why I bought more. I've got one at home as well, but then I realized, hang on a minute, I'm paying £1,000 for that. Let's check out these ones, and they were a lot cheaper, but did as good of a job, because they really do. These machines, I mean, I don't know how many hours I have on these. There's probably a way to check, but it must be a lot. These are going 24 hours a day, pretty much. It's crazy.
It is a 3D printing revolution.
Well, it is, because, I mean, some of these I maybe paid £350 for in sale, and God knows how much I've made from the prints that have been on there. It's did well, it's really paid for themselves. Even with the nozzles, I think that's really all. I mean, I maintain them once a month. I have a day where I shut everything off, and I go for everything. The belts, I make sure they're tight, the Z screws, everything, just to make sure they're all clean. They're never clean, they clean once I've cleaned them, but I do my best to keep them going, because if not, they're gonna break, so it is amazing. So one of the achievements I feel the best about during this journey that I've been on with the 3D printing is being able to cut down my hours at my other job. So I have another job, I work at a casino. While the pay's good there, it's not the job I want to be in. And doing the 3D printing has kind of taken over that now, so it's kind of give me the extra income so I can reduce the hours that I have at my other place. So instead of doing 5 days a week, I'm now going to doing 2 days a week, and that gives me so much more time to be able to concentrate on all the other things I do, like the website for the 3D printing, the Etsy, the queuing like products up, like thinking of the seasons and social events that are coming up, whether that's local or whether I've got to travel for them. But it's just giving me so much more time to do what I want to do, which is the 3D printing. So for me, the main thing that I do the 3D printing and everything for is for my children, to give them a bit more security that I never had as a kid, to be able to buy them the things that they need because of one, the disability, being autistic. Also, as a kid, I never really got much in the way of presents at like Christmas time. We kind of had like a family present, which was like the big present. And then we got little things, always very appreciative of, but at the same time, we was also very jealous of other children. And I didn't want that for my kids. So doing the 3D printing really kind of helps with that. Like Christmas time was one of our busiest times, so we never have to worry about what the kids want, whether we can afford to get that or anything like that. So yeah, it means a lot. Like, it's all for the kids, to be fair. There's a bit in there of like personal things for me. I try my best to like fit in my personal projects or prints that I really enjoy, but the main point of it is for the kids. Advice for someone just starting out would be not to get into a position where you're printing something and you're constantly lowering your prices. Because we went to some markets and there was traders there that were buying Temu products, which quality-wise was really shocking, but their prices was really low because, you know, they were buying them printed from China and they could make a big profit on, even though selling them cheap. And we initially thought, oh, we better reduce our prices, but then obviously that impacted our sales, not in volume, but in profit. So we had to rethink what we did, and one, we started trying to print different things that other people were printing, because the main things were like dragons and all this, and we had a little selection of dragons and we expanded it into so many different things because we didn't want to be the same as everyone else. What we were seeing was traders just having dragons, bad quality dragons. Customers would then come to us and go, oh, we just bought this over there for like £5, but your dragon like looks well better, like this doesn't look very good anymore now. And you know, we found we get complimented so much on our quality, and people understand the price we ask once they have a conversation with us, because you're just going to end up getting to the bottom where you're literally making no money. So I would definitely say don't price yourself out. It's hard to do, but you stick at the higher quality, but slightly more expensive, and eventually people will understand the difference. If someone was still unsure about joining STLFLIX, I would say you're crazy, literally crazy. It's literally the only subscription I have that I've had for the last 13 months that I've been printing commercially. You know, I get requests for certain products from customers, and straight away while we're at the market, I can search, see if they've got a similar thing, or, you know, some examples, because STLFLIX website, the pictures on there are absolutely amazing. So the customer can instantly see, do you know what, that is what I want. Crazy if you don't want to subscribe. Like, let me take all the money, that's fine. I'll sell to everyone. You're losing money if you're not. If you're selling commercially and you don't have STLFLIX, you're losing money. Easy. It's true. Honestly, it's true. It's really true. It is literally the only subscription we've had for that long, and you didn't even know that.